All right, well, now let's solve some logarithmic equations. So I got the natural log of 7x plus 3 minus the natural log of x plus 1 equaling the natural log of 2x. Well, this negative right here would actually, if I leave it over on the left-hand side, it's going to cause me to divide, and I can see that that's not going to probably work out the way I want to. So I'm going to add the ln of x plus 1 to both sides to begin with. So now I've got ln of 7x plus 3 is equal to the natural log of 2x plus the natural log of x plus 1. And I can factor out the ln, and that's going over here on the right-hand side of the equality. That's going to be 2x times x plus 1. We got the product property of logarithm. So let's cancel out our ln's. Boom, boom, boom. And now I've got 7x plus 3 is equal to 2x times x plus 1. Well, let's distribute that 2x plus 1. And that's going to be 2x squared plus 2x. All right, and now let's subtract. Let's set this equation equal to 0, and we're going to subtract the 7x and the 3 from both sides. So now we got 0 equals 2x squared plus 2x minus 7x minus 3. Well, why don't we combine like terms? And so we got 0 equals 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. And now let's factor that equation. So I got 0 equals, and let's put in here 2 parentheses. All right, so I got 2x squared, so I'm going to have to have a 2x and an x. And then I've got negative 3 and negative 5. So I think that's got to be 3 and 1. So I know I've got to have a plus and minus in my parentheses. I think this is going to be 2x plus 1 times x minus 3. Let's factor that back, that back. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times negative 3 is negative 6x. 1 times x is positive 1x, so negative 6x plus 1x is negative 5x, and plus 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. Now let's set each factor equal to 0. So I got 2x plus 1 equals 0. I got x minus 3 equals 0. Subtract subtract 1 from both sides, so I got negative 1, and then divide by 2, I got negative 1/2. Now that's a possible solution, but I can't. But if I take that negative 1/2 and I plug it in for x, well, over here at 7, that'd be negative 3.5 plus 3, and that means I'd be trying to take the log of a negative number, which I can't do. And plus, if I put it in right there, 2 times negative 1/2 is going to be negative 1, and I can't take the log of a negative number. So that actually is not a valid solution. But over here, I got x equals, I add 3 to both sides, and we got x is equal to 3. And that should give me a valid solution. Shazam. Okay. And if you were to graph that, and I would encourage you to do it, you can graph that. You could actually go ahead and I'd graph it in 2 parts right here. I'd graph this part. We might need to remind myself to graph this in class. Okay. And I can see that I've got a common solution when x is equal to 3. All right, I want to do one more just for fun because I love it. All right, so here I got the natural log of 2x plus 1 plus that natural log of 2x minus 3 equals 2 times the natural log of 2x squared. Now, first thing I probably want to do is move this over here, 2x minus 2. And that actually can then be the natural log of 2x minus 2 squared. And since this is a plus, I could multiply that. So let's go ahead and cancel out all of our natural logs because it's a common factor. And so then that would leave me with 2x plus 1 times 2x minus 3 wrote that down right. And that equals 2x minus 2 squared, or 2x minus 2 times 2x minus 2. And let's do some foiling here. So I got 2x times 2x, that's going to be 4x squared. 2x minus 3 is negative 6x. 1 times 2x is positive 2x. And 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. And then over on the right-hand side, I got 2x times 2x. Well, that's 4x squared. 2x minus 2 times negative 2 is negative 4x. And negative 2 times 2x is also negative 4x. And negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Now I want to set this all equal to 0, and so I'm going to subtract everything over here on the right hand side to the left. And so when I do 4x squared minus 4x squared, those are going to cancel, so those are going to be gone. Maybe I ought to go ahead and combine like terms first. So I got 4x squared minus 2x minus 3 equals 4x squared minus 8x plus 4. All right, so let's subtract then the, I'm going to do it like this. So I'm going to subtract negative 4x squared from both sides. I'm going to add 8x from both sides, and I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. And of course over here, everything's going to cancel out. It's going to leave me with 0. And so then we're going to have 0x squared. We're going to have oh, that's 4x right there. Negative 6 plus 2x is 4x. 4x, okay. About to make a mistake. Then over here I'm going to have 4x minus 7 equals 0. Let's add 7 to both sides. So now we got 4x equals 7. And let's divide by 4. And so x is going to equal to 7 over 4. So our solution here is 7 over 4. And that deserves a Shazam.